Even then, conservatives have their own universe.
What you want to have is you want to make sure that the sign is way smaller than the stage. It's actually like a really good framing device.
He did the side pop out from the bottom of the stage?
Yeah, but he didn't get a lot of lift.
He did not. That was a pre-recorded 2-song set by Kid Rock that was lip-synced heavily.
Oh, come on.
Adam Wren.
Adam Wren, why are you
Senior
following?
national political correspondent at Politico. I swear, if you believe this, okay, you should be institutionalized.
Yeah. Adam Wren, if you believe this, over the course of one elevator ride, I could convince you that I could get you pregnant.
Like,
smartest man in the world, XQC.
People still pay like $1,000 to go to the game. But people pay $1,000 for the game. I mean, it's kind of disrespectful, right? To make the experience all for somebody else, right? The people that actually go there and are their number one customer base. I don't think it's fair. I think it's kind of lame.
He's saying that the halftime show should be about like the audience members.
What the
f is he saying?
I'm saying that when you go to the Super Bowl, if you're paying money to be there, then the performance should at least be in your language.
I'm a customer. Doesn't that mean anything?
Excuse me, my schnippers. No, that's like
It's funny because he doesn't speak English.
Yeah, and well, he, like, yeah, it's true actually.
Yeah.
Like Bad Bunny speaks better English than XQC. XQC's like.
I don't know if XQC watched the video that we watched, but everybody seemed just. I mean,
yeah. Also, the idea that like people who only speak English can't listen to Bad Bunny's music and enjoy it is so funny.
Or that there can't be a country where people speak
field goal, bro.
There can't be like a bilingual country.
Also,
yeah.
Like the one he lives
Yeah,
in.
like that makes it even funnier because he's from Laval and his first language is like Quebecois French. So
also, the audience at any given Super Bowl is mostly chief marketing officers.
yeah,
That is that one. Yeah, and like they're literally it is like just a guy who laid someone off.
He's acting like everyone who goes to the Super Bowl is like Axl Rose in the Welcome to the Jungle video. They're just all hicks who are walking off the bus chewing hay.
Yeah, no, that's how it is. That's the primary audience.
I saved up all my crop to get a Super Bowl
let's hear what his.
I hope I only hear English.
Let's hear what the rest of his argument is.
And even though those who don't, I don't even know if they listen to the Bad Bunny songs. I think it's just kind of a miss, just because the people won't really jump around and sing the songs. And for the people that are paying a ticket to go to the Super Bowl, they might argue, yeah, but it's a big televised event.
What the fuck is Bad Bunny?
Dude, what about those?
Grammys
They're booing him. His music is universal. Bro, they're doing 20. You're right, by the way. They are doing 2016 wokeness.
Okay, what is
Jake Paul,
this is awesome.
Purposely turning off the halftime show. Let's rally together and show big corporations they can't just do whatever they want without consequences, which equals viewership for them. You are their benefit. Realize you have power. Turn off this halftime. A fake American citizen performing who publicly hates America. I cannot support that. Also, Jake Paul lives in Puerto Rico, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
I'm trying to find it. Here, this is what Logan Paul was asked about the Bad Bunny. He's also in Puerto Rico. Oh, these guys hate him because Bad Bunny called him out for living in Puerto Rico as a tax dodge.
Oh yeah.
And like gentrifying the island and not helping helping Puerto Rico at all.
Logan, are you excited for the halftime?
No.
I just want to point out that the list of guys that you've played videos of that represent the anti-Bad Bunny sort of side of things are all deeply concussed.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Even XQC.
Yeah, does XQC have concussion?
He's the first case of getting concussed from Twitch streaming.
Actually, he's the first non-contact concussion in medical history.
Yeah. All right, let's hear what a normal guy thinks. I show speed.
Big news broke out that Bad Bunny's performing at the Super Bowl. What are your thoughts?
That's crazy. That's amazing. I know a lot of Bad Bunny songs, but Bad Bunny's like the biggest artist, so it makes sense.
I love I Show Speed. He's the man. President Donald Trump on Bad Bunny's halftime show. Nobody understands a word this guy's saying, and the dancing is disgusting.
Oh my god.
Especially for young children that are watching from throughout the USA and all over the world.
This show is just a slap in the face to our country. which is setting new standards and records every single day, including the best stock market. And
Why did Bad Bunny not talk about the best stock market?
Why is he not talking about your 401k? There's nothing inspirational about this mess of a halftime show, and watch, it will get great reviews from the fake news media because they haven't got a clue of what is going on in the real world. And by the way, the NFL should immediately replace its ridiculous new kickoff rule.
He always talks about the kickoff rule.
It's really
Donald Trump actually knows nothing about football.
It is like nuts
which is okay if you're
is-
not pretending like you have
I don't
great
know
knowledge.
anything about football.
And he keeps on going.
Well, but it's like I don't know what he wants because like the thing is like the kickoff rule is made it's that like kickoffs happen more, like they're more returns, right?
He just says this over and over again, and you're right. It does not make sense.
It's like legitimately like they've made the rule better. Like they made the rules that like people actually do try to return the ball now, which means there is more action.
My take is that if you care about the ridiculous new kickoff rule so much that you talk about it all the time, you don't actually care about football that much, which is okay. Except you're trying to be like the president of football. You're trying to be the guy who loves sports, and if you don't, stop pretending.
Wait, this implies you didn't watch the Turning Point USA halftime show. Obviously, one of the best parts about this is to look at the hog meltdown that's taking place. Laura Loomer says, illegal aliens and Latin hookers twerking at the Super Bowl. Not a single white person or English translation at the Super Bowl. This isn't white enough for me. Can't even watch a Super Bowl anymore because immigrants have literally ruined everything.
Yeah, you're a beautiful Anglo-Saxon woman, Laura.
Yeah. Well, she wouldn't have an
Whatever
issue
you
if it
are.
was one other foreign country,
Right.
of course.
If it was a certain Eurovision entrant
Having the
that isn't
halftime show
in
for your
Europe,
biggest game of the year in a language almost none of your lifelong fans, like yourself, Matt Walsh, we all know that you are a huge football fan, and almost none of your lifelong fans can understand while waving the flags of countries that none of them are. Also an amazing wordsmith, just a great writer.
yeah, that is one.
Like-
Can a sentence flow too well?
Comma is the biggest you that I've ever seen a corporation give to its own consumers. I'll be honest. I think when they, pregnant women were taking thalidomide and then it deformed their kids. That was a little bit more of a you.
Not as bad as that.
You guys want to know what I think? I think that the corporations are still actually following along and thinking that like woke isn't back.
Yeah,
and that's part of the reason why like this Super Bowl halftime performance, judging Bad Bunny's like political activism and his commentary could have been infinitely more woke, and they definitely pumped the brakes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and they said it too. They said, I think what was it, the commissioner or something like said, there's not going to be any political messages. Yeah, there's not going to be any political messages in the bad
JSN going to the locker room
in the Super Bowl halftime show.
That is a
so
thing.
What is going on here is basically fake outrage. I mean, it's always fake outrage, but like right now they're trying to garner fake outrage, even though the NFL, I think, made their best attempt to make this as inoffensive as possible for a conservative marketplace. So this is going to fall flat. And people are just going to be like, oh, I like this.
Also, it's fall flat because, in spite of his best efforts, Norman Mailer over here, this shit sucks. It's uninspired. Nobody believes it. Look, reporters from Politico who don't know better will be like, 6.7 million, wow. And when everybody knows it's bullshit.
I mean, it just, there is also...
Chudwig loved it.
There's also
Chudwig. Chudwig.
There's also just the elephant in the room, which is just everyone is inundated with proof that the president is a pedophile, that Epstein was doing this at the behest of the one state that Trump has gone out of his way to act for, and that he has probably worse than Bush in 2007 approval rating. It reminds me of how the Labour people now in the UK are acting, where it's just they're going through the motions.
But the parallel to the shit happening in Minnesota and Bad Bunny is not the politics of it. It's the fact that there is a total misunderstanding of how unpopular or popular anything is right now.
Yeah.
When it comes from this administration. And so many people understand what is actually mainstream, and they are Twitter-brained.
Yeah.
This administration is the most Twitter-brained institution that is
internet-brained institution. We talked about it right after the inauguration, how we said that what is going to happen with Musk Twitter, and specifically the iteration of it that happened right before and after the election, it was going to be the same thing that happened when all Twitter moderation was just like basically the marching orders of the DNC. You curate a timeline and make it self-selecting in that, like, the only people who aren't conservatives who are still there are, like, people like me who just...
Are
like,
brain rotted.
Yeah, just listen to bad podcasts that they hate for fun. Just people who like shitty things. And it makes them think that, like, oh, everyone loves this shit.
Yeah.
Actually, we should make a highlight reel of every time an ICE agent has killed an unarmed person.
Yeah.
Actually, it's awesome. Let's make another video about how we're like the penguin that killed itself.
These penguins are all heading to the open water to the right. But one of them caught our eye, the one in the center. We saw him heading straight towards the mountains.
Yeah.
That one, I had to have somebody explain that to me, and I was so shocked that it was just like straightforwardly what it is, that it's like, so they found like a story from a Werner Herzog movie about a suicidal penguin, and we're like, we're the penguin.
Yeah, like,
no, they
why not just
straight up, we're the penguin.
Why not just like get the actual audio from Timothy Treadwell's death and be like, this is what we're doing. But it is like the Warren campaign in its last days, after that like one Silicon Valley woman, like
when they did Blood and Soil.
Well, that was sort of an after. They were like the werewolf insurgents in occupied Germany in 1945, but after they got that one shot in the arm just to do a final act of sabotage against Bernie, when they were completely insane. Elizabeth Warren, when she had a policy that was so granular and low percentage and bullshit that even Kamala during the one debate she was in was like, huh? When it was her marquee policy, besides all the plans and big
structural Bailey.
No, it was, I'm going to ban Donald Trump from Twitter.
Right.
Well, everyone here commit to that because they had this blinkered vision where they thought everything that they saw, everyone they followed, that represented the entire country. Everyone had the same priorities.
Yeah.
But Elizabeth Warren did not even really sniff the nomination. This guy's the president, and they're acting the same way, but with their bullshit.
Yeah.
And they you can tell them, hey, your approval ratings are... They can go down to 20, and they'll be like, it's bullshit, uncut the polls. Look what Bill Mitchell said. Bill Mitchell went to a 7-Eleven, and he said everyone there like Trump. That's all I need to know.
Yeah, they've created a hermetically sealed echo chamber. Initially, they bought Twitter, and they're like, oh, we're going to make everybody right-wing.
Yeah.
But of course, just like you said, everybody left Twitter. So now, it's just a bunch of people trying to outdo one another with like more and more reactionary propaganda. And they have deluded themselves into thinking that this translates to like real popular shit.
Yes, they're behaving. I mean, they are podcasters. They're literally media, internet creatures that are. And I know that because I'm also online all the time.
Yeah.
I know exactly.
Well, that's why my favorite version of the person who like tried to break that membrane and do stuff in like the actual world, and then he's like, no, do not want. And he went back.
Dan Bongino, my favorite.
Exactly.
Dude, if I'm telling the story of this administration, if there's a movie, the main character is Dan Bongino.
100%. Because he's like,
Talk
about dogs that catch the car. It's like this guy. He like just wants a podcast. He just wants a podcast about Epstein. He wants a podcast.
And hopefully not get divorced.
And then all of a sudden, like his president calls him and is like, "Sir, will you serve in my FBI?" And Dan is like, "Well, guess I have to." And then it turns out it's like, no, like he's like.
Turns out all his conspiracies were real. It was just the pedophiles were his favorite guys.
Yeah.
And then
Can you imagine when him and Cash were reading it and they're like, it's not looking good. We have 20 pages left, and he still has time to reveal himself as a white hat, but he hasn't done it yet.
I'm flipping through
I
it's all
think
him doing pedophilia.
Yeah, they're like Berserk fans. They're like, maybe when the next one comes out.
Yeah.
As much as I want that to be the dynamic, I do often wonder to what extent Cash is like even conscious of like any of this going on, because all of the news reporting suggests that the only two things he cares about are like how people, like what jacket people see him in, and like does he have a flight to see his Scottish girlfriend's Swedish
Swiss country singer.
Swiss girlfriend's like next country music concert.
Yeah, not Scottish.
I would love to be like a FBI bureaucrat, like a holdover guy who served in multiple administrations. And the reason I got fired is I I tried to buy Theory clothes for cash because they stopped selling. Be like, what? You still wear a large.
Yeah, like Zoran gets like the custom Carhartt jacket, and then like Cash is like got like a Philip Plein like FBI FBI
Oh,
jacket.
that's so perfect. Actually, Philip Plein is the perfect brand for them.
No,
oh my god.
I would have him. I would dress Cash like it's 2014 in like Minneapolis.
Okay, that's
like
how
I would give him.
That's
like,
how he dresses.
No. He needs the maroon denim, chambray shirt, and then like
big hat.
The big hat was more of like the girls were wearing like the Django hat.
I was wearing a big hat. Dude, this is literally what we were just talking about with like Twitter. They're
over 5 million.
They are deluding themselves. They botted their own stream.
Yo, is the chat frozen? I don't get it. You guys.
Not wake up to all this
Hello?
stuff I don't want to.
Hello?
And now they're like, oh, look at
also
how fucking
like
awesome
also
it
I'm
is."
kind of pissed that they didn't stream this on X because you know that would have been the most botted one of
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
And, like that would have been really funny.
Remember
That-
they
they would have
70
hit-
million people watched Tucker?
Yeah. No, this would have gotten 1 billion views in like 20 minutes. Like more.
It would have been like over the population of Earth. 9
9 billion views. People
Wait,
were just like
so-
watching it
so-
double time. What is this? This is the most hilarious shit. Goodbye, Jet Black Hair. It was fun. Dude, what is... First of all...
Dude, when you go into Nvidia control panel...
Bro, this is why they're not making GPUs anymore. Because it's all
Yeah, I was
crap.
about to say, dude, like like this photo, like a village,
They're powering
a
Laura
village,
Loomer's
a
face.
village in Peru just disappeared from Google Maps to do this. Holy shit!
But that is it. That's the botting of a human face. That is all we're doing anymore.
Oh, god damn it. I opened Laura Loomer's feed without updating my drivers.
It crashed my phone.
It's just insane to do that. Like, come on, Laura.
God, people who are actually watching
quote,
this Super
a good
Bowl
quote
must be pissed.
retweet of this is like, you know how like they'll post like an AI video and be like, this is why you can't purchase RAM anymore. It's just this photo.
Yeah, it's just like, come on, man. Look, everyone has deluded themselves. I had an infamous one when I was getting like really fat. My gut was coming in, but I thought like, oh, my V taper's coming back. It's my triangle dick muscle. It's just like my lower
It's
gut.
just your lower gut.
Yeah.
I know.
That was a really sad day.
You know what's missing from like modern existence nowadays is like
plural marriage.
Well, yes, that. But just like having a shared cultural experience. Like back in the day, a movie would come out, everyone would go watch it, everyone would talk about it, there'd be discourse around it for like a week. Nowadays, we don't have that anymore. And at least the Super Bowl is supposed to be that, right? And even then, conservatives have their own universe.
Have you ever watched that old? People post this on Twitter sometimes. It's like an old news report from when like I think like Return of the Jedi came out, and I didn't like.
I think I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
I'm not at all a Star Wars guy.
Oh,
but
that video, the newscast.
Yeah, but it's like it's cool because it's people of like all different demographics and social stations and ages and everything who are all just they speak extemporaneously 1,000 times better than like really any like public figure now.
Yeah.
And B, they all have this same consensus, anticipation, and excitement over this cultural product. And there were bad things about having like a singular consensus culture.
Yeah, like when they were selling the Iraq War.
Yeah, but
Or,
it was also
Vietnam.
like it was absolutely better for just the average person, or really everyone, for just any two people to have a pretty good shot of having things that they could talk about, the things they had in common with them. And sports were like the last thing that were kind of like that for a lot of people. Not anymore.
But the whole point is that if we're all going to live on the internet, then anything resembling a shared identity actually is the shit we consume.
Yeah, and it's like a basis for conflict.
Yes, and so if everything is downstream of culture, if culture is just a 1,000 scraps of paper in a phone booth with a fan at the bottom, if you're trying to grab at shit and no one's grabbing the same stuff, yeah, it feels like it does feel like I miss when everybody knew who the Ninja Turtles were.
Yeah.
And that's actually a meaningful, like it's bad.
I mean, it is.
It's real bad right now.
When there are no common frames of reference, just these little things that you never thought about. You never thought about as things that you could lose from your everyday experience. Like being able to like make jokes with a guy who's in line with you. Maybe you can. Maybe if you bring up a cultural thing or like a...
No, that's what sports is, man. That's the last... I mean,
but even now, even if you bring up a sports thing,
no, people don't...
I don't watch goy ball.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the...
I've been riding Amtrak a lot these last months, and the shit you see on people's screens.
Oh my god!
Like I feel like I occupy like a different reality.
Dude, yeah, no, it's like America B. Like that's that's a different. There's a different America. Like Jelly Roll is the most poppin'.
No, I did
America
see.
B.
Like I'm not knocking like when people have on like a Spotify playlist or whatever, but like seeing somebody on the Spotify artist page of Mumford and Sons, like did throw me.
No, not even that. It's like. One thing if people are into, because like these are popular bands, like someone is buying tickets to go see these acts, but
Goy ball.
Yeah.
So it was a reminder, Yarvin is Jewish.
And like a Zionist. Like, what are you talking about? But
by the way, everybody in that Star Wars newscast is more fluent at the English language than Curtis Yarvin.
Absolutely.
100 billion%. Yeah.
Yeah, like most people are.
I really think this halftime show, like I just judging by what I saw, I didn't even listen to it, is like a filter. Like, and I don't even know if these people actually hate it or if they feel like it's a performance. Like
I think the Nick Fuentes thing is like he's like he's not always this way, but it's like he had the most like correct or like astute observation for somebody from his perspective. Yeah, that.
Yeah, Bad Bunny overall.
It's just like it's obvious. Like well, I don't understand like if he's referring to the TPUSA one or all the previous iterations of it.
You do have to factor something in.
What?
Nick Fuentes is Mexican. He is La Raza.
Yeah.
He might have liked it for that reason.
You can. My bad.
Candace Owens. I'm sorry, but I hate both options. On the one hand, we have a halftime show presented without a word of English spoken. On the other, well, nor sung. On the other hand, we have an organization that scammed its views by paying platform advertisers, followed by influencers to pretend they broke records. The left versus right grift is actually boring now. What exactly are we doing here, America?
This is not gonna hit because you just have to cave. You have to say the Bad Bunny performance was better.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like you're almost there. You're so close.
Yeah.
Like you're willing to say, you're willing even to go further and say, yeah, they botted the views on the right.
Yeah.
And you just can't admit that Bad Bunny's pretty cool.
Like there's nothing you can do. I just like conservatives are never gonna be this cultural force. It's just not.
The Goyim Bull is about to start.
Oh no, this has got to be a meme, right? Like, there's no way this person is sincerely.
I mean, he has a blue check and one of those custom
and he's doing
things.
crypto thing.
So, go order your favorite goy slop and pay 15% plus on DoorDash, then finance it on Klarna so you have more goy bucks to buy some goy nip and smoke it in time to be judged by companies that paid $8 million a commercial to hypnotize you.
Okay,
into
no, he
further
is being
goy
sincere.
Degeneration. I mean,
all right, buddy.
They made it cringe. It was funny.
You want to get off the cross there?
Yeah,
pal?
like it peaked at goy block.
Jesus.
It peaked at goy block.
Goy block.
Goy block.
So
No,
funny.
Goy block is the
origin
funny.
of goy block?
No.
So goy brick. It's goy brick.
Goy brick.
So find the original chat.
It looks so
Chat,
big.
please pull up the
Your
original.
goy brick.
That is. I talked about it yesterday, but the funniest thing about it is like because of the perspective, it looks like it's like 18 inches long, and just the idea of like a rabbi like throwing that at your head and being like, "Eat this, stupid." Like,
Yeah. This is it.
Eat your goy block and shut the f up.
It's so big. Like, it looks so big.
It's an amazing. It's such an
so
amazing.
good.
There's something so funny
so
about
good.
like unwrapping that Delta cookie, which is delicious by the
It's
way.
like a biscuit. Yeah,
it's a Biscoff
Yeah,
cookie.
like
Michael Rapaport finally has one good take. I'd watch Bad Bunny on a loop for 3 weeks straight rather than ever watch Kid Rock.
Now woke is back.
now
Yeah.
Now
woke
woke is back.